How to build a Feng Shui perfect house. Welcome to Ask Auntie Amy, where we are changing the world one person at a time. Like and subscribe and get notified for our new videos. Hi, I'm Ask Auntie Amy. I'm a Feng Shui coach. I use Feng Shui to help my clients to get what they want. In 2016, my parents' house was burned down in a 3-alarm fire. So in 2018, I have an opportunity to build a brand new home for them. So I'm going to share with you my journey. First of all, you need to have a piece of land. That's very, very important. And the feng shui of the land is really important because the energy of the land will actually affect the feng shui of the house. The shape of your plot of land is important too. You want something as regular as possible. You don't want something with like a missing corner or something that kind of like a clamshell shape, like wide in the front, narrow in the bottom. That means you have a hard time retaining wealth. You rather have, narrow in the front, wide in the bottom. Okay, if you have to make a choice between odd shape, that I would prefer more like a purse looking, instead of like a clam looking land. But the key thing is no missing corners, no missing odd shape of land. Okay, you want your land, same thing with the house, you want your land and your house as evenly square or rectangular shape as possible. In feng shui, we always try to align the house with the land energy because they affect each other. And one of the features that we want to see is we want to see mountain from your house, because mountain govern the health, the longevity, the future generation of the residents that lives in that house. And water govern the wealth, the prosperity of the resident that lives in the house. So mountain and water, those are very important feature when we consider feng shui properties. For mountain, you want to see a nice, lush mountain, okay? You don't want to see like all rock, dead tree, dead grass. That's not a good feng shui mountain. So the basic rule of thumb is you want a nice, green, lush mountain, okay? And in this video, I'm not going to get into all different type of mountain shape means different things too. But a nice lush mountain or nice lush hills, that would be great too. I think one of the mistake that people think that, oh my goodness, I have a water view, it's great, The key thing is water had to be sentimental. Basically nice and soft, not gushing, not a big ocean. Part of the thing is water is already a yang energy. If you have too much of a water, which is like an ocean with no boundary, that's actually not good feng shui, okay? If you say, for example, you can see ocean, then you can see land across from the water, great. Lakes are great. Ponds are great. Gentle rivers are lovely, okay? So when you think about water, those are the things that you have to consider when you're looking at water. Remember, it's always easier to add a water feature, instead of try to add a mountain. You can't really add a mountain. So when you look for property, find one with good mountain energy. One of the important thing is the house facing direction. It's very, very important because the facing and sitting direction of the house will determine the natal chart of the house. Yes, you heard it. There is a natal chart. Your house have a astrology chart. Yes, it does. And it's based on the sitting and facing direction of the house, based on when it was built, and also based on when you move into the house. And we always have to pick auspicious dates for those, especially for groundbreaking. All those are very, very important. When I built a house for my dad, I first plan out the natal chart. So I know exactly where the natal flying star of the house is going to be. So the house, everything, the interior, each room where they're at, they are based on the 8-mansion technique and also the flying star technique. So that way I know they overlap and work well together. And that's what good feng shui is about. We have to take care of the land, fauna outside. We have to worry about the natal chart of the house, and then also the people's chart that's going to be living in the house. And that's talking about aligning the heaven, the earth, the men energy all together. And that is what good feng shui is all about, when you can align all three of them together. One of the important things is when you're building your own house, a good feng shui house, is you want to put the bedroom where it is the health sector of the person that's going to be sleeping there. For example, when I built this house, my dad's bedroom, the master bedroom, is actually in my dad's health sector. And I want to make sure his bed is pointing toward his health direction as well. I mean, that is important because my dad is old, and that is part of the reason I want to build a house that is basically prolonging his life. I mean, that's the reason why I chose the location where the bedroom should be for each person of the family. Remember, bedroom governs your health and relationships. I work with an architect in doing all the drawings for the house. The architect doesn't really know feng shui, so I had to be very, very specific. I go, the house got to face a certain degree. I literally draw the whole house where all the rooms should be at, where the bathroom, where the kitchen, where the living room, where the stove, everything. I draw it out. I got down to the nitty-gritty detail, including where the electricity outlets are, where the light switches are. Those are actually very important. And for me, I make sure that each room have multiple sleeping direction. As you know, that your health direction is different for everybody. So I want to make sure each room can offer one or two locations. So depending on who's going to be sleeping in that room, we can change the bed direction that will be conducive to good health. Where the kitchen is, especially where the stove, the sink is, it's very, very important in the feng shui of a house, because kitchen govern your health. So, think about the food that you're going to be eating, producing out of the kitchen. Very, very important. So I chose a specific location for the stove because we do take in consideration where the stove is facing. And one thing is, you do not want your sink and your stove directly across from each other. That is what we call a water and fire clash. Bad, 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 bad. And also, you don't want to have an island stove either. Bad feng shui as well. I know you guys are going to say, well, where do we put the fridge? Fridge doesn't matter. Really, I hate to say that. Fridge doesn't matter. Well, I know people go, what about my front door? What color should it be? Or what color should the walls to be? It really doesn't matter, I pick what I like. That's when I build my parents' house, that's what it is. I love green, so especially avocado green. I was really into that color. So their house was painted pretty much as close to that color. But the interior, I choose many different color. Color in feng shui plays a very little role. It affects your mood, basically. I think that's more important than thinking oh, I need bright red to bring wealth, or red equal fire. No. You know what? I choose color more like using color psychology. What's relaxing, what is good for the person. That's more important. These are the photos from concept to finish, and also during the construction phase. And you can see the avocado greens are definitely coming in. And this is what the finished house looks like. And the garage area looks like. I put a fireplace in between the living room and the dining room. This is the living room, and you can see the dining room all the way into the kitchen. It's quite big. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and follow, and get notified for all my upcoming videos. Thank you.